everyone. I know it's like 5 minutes early, but I was ready to go and I could have just like sat here and like stared at chat, but I was ready to go. So I figured I'd go ahead and start. How is everyone? Today's question of the day is, what is your current favorite adult coloring book? I know like we all have our all-time favorite artists or books, but you know, it changes over time. Sometimes you got to take a break from one. Also, yes, I am wearing long sleeve. I'm kind of warm, but it was officially under 90 this week. So, you know, it's like I'm busting out the long sleeve, man. I don't care. Anyway, so yes, question of the day is, what is your current favorite adult coloring book? So Emily, hello Emily, she says, my favorite adult coloring book right now is probably Spooky Chibis by Alexandra Franzes. Franzes? Franzes Bubbles. I'm terrible. I don't know where I put bubbles. I'm terrible with pronouncing words. I'm just gonna Alexandra F. There we go. Because if that person ever heard me say that, they'd probably be horribly offended. I apologize, Alexandra, for adding bubbles to your last name. Sorry. I'm in a weird place today. It's been an interesting week. We'll talk about later. Let's see. But your all-time favorite coloring book is Romantic Country. I think I have that one. Maybe I have that one? I don't know. I'd have to go look on the shelf. Leanne, hello. Emily says, lurking fiance and I are playing cards for a bit. Ooh, are you playing like standard deck of cards, a card game? Have you ever played Martian Flux? That one's fun, but a little bit easier with multiple people. Let's see, color time, hello. Mine has to be Rita Berman Europa. I do have that book. I do have that one. Let's see, Leanne says, my favorite book right now is Furballs by Diane Dufour and Nightfall by Maria Troll. I'm not familiar with Diane Dufour. I feel like I've heard her name before, and I'm pretty sure I have Nightfall. Ev, hello, Ev. Let's see, and hang on just a second. I just realized I don't have chat up on my phone. I'm not going to be able to follow that. Hang on. Got a message, looked over and went, oh, I don't have stream up. So my third screen for chat would be non-existent. I had my phone here all ready to go. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. Gotta get to live chat. Hey everyone, live chat. This is your friendly handy dandy reminder for live chat. Okay, so let's see. CC, Rooms of Wonder, nice. I approve. Not that you need my approval, but if you wanted it, I approve. Don't have a favorite. I just normally get PDFs. That's fair. That's fair. Come to think of it, Ev, I feel like I've seen you color a Johanna Basford before, haven't I? Surely I have. I feel like I remember you doing one. Either that or I'm just losing my mind. Let's see, which is also probably fairly likely. Let's see, I love Betterfly books. Wait, what are Betterfly books? It's 57 last time. I can't complain. Like literally the temperature registered. It rained today. We had like a serious downpour, like a ton. It's been raining. It's been under 90. I mean, it's like flipping winter down here. For Texas, that is. Favorite book is Secret Guards, my first good book that I bought. Oh, I love that, Carol. Yeah, I get you with the good book thing. Like there's the quality books that you know you've invested a little bit in. It's got great paper, yeah, I get you on the good book one. Let's see, Heather says Creative Haven, Naturescapes coloring book artwork, and it is by Patricia J. Wynn. Oh, that's nice. Creative Haven, they've got a lot of good ones. Hi, Carol. Let's see. Crazy Eight's a regular card game. Nice. Done several Johanna. Okay, I thought you did. I thought you did. I was like, I feel like yes, maybe. I don't know. World of Flowers, B, and hello, B. I love it. Well, so if you weren't here last week, I got the 10-year anniversary edition of Secret Garden, and so we got started on this 2-page spread. The book has 2 new pages in it. We chose to do this one. And this is the other one. So if you were interested in those, hi Kenny, that is what we're working on. So I didn't catch up on all the background that I wanted to. One, it's been an interesting week so far, but 2, because I changed how I wanted the background to look. You know, last time we talked a lot about the orange and blue because they're complementary, but I was trying to envision what the rest of this kind of oval would look like on the inside. And I didn't like the idea of doing just orange and blue. So here's my plan. Like you can see where I went with a darker orange around, oh, awesome, Carol. A darker orange around like this mushroom. And my original idea was like, oh, well, I could do a dark orange outlining all the main mushroom buildings and then do everything else. But the more I visualized it, I was like, I don't know that I really like this. So what my new plan is I did the orange and then I'm having it trail off this direction. Now I have some pink and it's kind of filling in the areas that the orange didn't trail. And then this side over here, I'll either do orange again or I'll do yellow. Haven't decided yet. I think I want to get this part done and then decide. So if you're following along, I don't know how far you've gotten in yours. If you are currently watching me do it or you're watching this back, that is the plan for the background. So we can touch on the background a little bit later, but I'm thinking we should dive in and work on some of the little bits. Obviously, we know this is going to take us a while to get through, but best thing you do is just jump right in. Let's see. Hi, Brooke. Sounds good. Current favorite book is any book from my Halloween collection. I love it. Hi, Sarah. Dorina, hello. My favorite book are Beauty of Horror by Alan Roberts. Ooh, you know who you would love, Dorina? If you are not already following her, Color with Claire. She loves those books and she's always updating about them. So if you are curious about that genre and more of them too, make sure that you follow her as well. It's joy of coloring. There's no right way. You can change your mind and go in a totally different direction, right? Exactly. Hi, Angela. I have a tendency to kind of like work on my pages and then change my ideas. Yeah, it's just interesting. Like as I get along, I can visualize it a little bit better and I'm just like, eh. So really the way that I think I'll do it is we've got some pink here and then we'll trail down the blue, blend it in here. So there'll definitely be some different parts and maybe this will still be like orange, but a little bit heavier on the yellow. So, I mean, it's a big background. As far as this background is concerned, behind the oval, I haven't got a clue yet. I have not thought that far ahead. Let's see, Sarah says, I really like anything Goosebumps, easy to read, always love them. Oh, I love that. Hang on, I forgot to put some lotion on my hands before I got started. I don't know, I feel like my hands are just so dry right now. But I think what we'll do is, I wanna jump in on this cap of the mushroom here. I know there's a ton and we could work on about anything and everything on here, but we are gonna be able to, the mushroom houses are the focal point of the picture. And I think we are going to be able to visualize the direction we want it to go a little bit better if we can get the focal points done. So like I have a lot of times people ask me like, oh, do you plan out your pages? And I'm just like, hi Shannon, just like, I don't really plan out the pages so much as the pages plan out themselves. I find one thing that I know what I want the color to be, and then I build the rest of the page off of that. So I'm not gonna wanna make this one red because I've got that pink directly behind it. This one I wanna do red, and I'll decide the rest of them as we go along. So mostly we're gonna be working on this side for now, but let's dive in with this mushroom house right here. Hang on one second, let's see if Steve can bring me some more water. I thought I had enough, but I don't. Okay. Oh, diamond painting. So I'm diamond painting. I'm so close to getting the one I'm working on done, plus I'm bad and bought even more diamond paintings to do. Hey, man, if it makes you happy, more power to you. Which one are you diamond painting? Okay, so we are using the Staedtler Ergosoft. And since I want it to be a red mushroom, there's not a real good red with the Ergosoft. So what I'm gonna do is we are gonna choose number 23 and 20. Yeah, not so red. I thought I had enough, but I was already drinking. I'm like, I'm gonna run out. And then let's grab number 2. It's a little bit orangish, but we won't use a ton of it. And then we'll probably use some purple. Let's zoom out. So I'll read out the numbers when I'm done. Oh yeah, definitely. Hi, Momo. So we'll get a little bit of purple, maybe even a little bit of blue. And I'm thinking like shadows. Hi, Louise. All right, is it Louise? Lewis? Help me out. I don't want to mispronounce it like I butchered that illustrator's name up there. Oh, it's Marilyn. Okay, perfect. I'm chatting on my hubby's. Then probably Lewis, not Louise. Trying to beat a level on my, I gotcha. He is so awesome. We'll definitely use some black because we have been diving into that a little bit. Should we get some brown? Let's just grab some brown. We'll have it on hand just in case. All right, so let's start with number 23. Let's make sure it's nice and sharpened. How has everybody's week been? For some reason, I was feeling like it was the beginning of the week, but it's not. It's Friday. Thank you, Steve. But, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and zoom on in. Make sure we are nice and in focus. There we go. So, for those of you that ordered the book, have you started working on it? Where are you at with it? You'll notice, too, one of the other things that I did on this page that wasn't on stream. I haven't colored the lantern yet, but what I did do is I marked out where I want the yellow to be for the lantern, and I did the same thing on this one. So once we get the final layers on the background, I think it'll really start to come together. But when you have a page this big, you kind of just have to work at it a little bit at a time. Well, you know, it is, Marilyn. It's incredibly busy, but my best suggestion would be to not look at the page as a whole. Like, I accept that it's going to take us a while to do, but not to look at the page as a whole and just look at the little bits. Like a messy house. When you have a very messy house to clean, you don't look at the house as a whole. You tackle little bits. You do the bathroom first. Okay, bathroom's done. Now let's think about the kitchen. All right, kitchen's done. Now let's think about the living room. And then, oh dear God, I forgot about the bedroom. It's usually about how it goes. Sounds good, Aspie. Right, it usually does. I feel you on that one, Ev. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Let's see, I was present on stream on Wednesday working, but I never saw the finished rip. It's very big. Oh, thank you. Yes, I caught up a little bit. I did, I posted a reel with the flowers, and I think I touched up some of the mushroom and then more of the background. Oh, see, I didn't even do the stems of those flowers. Yeah, it's just been a super, super busy week, that's all. But, yeah, we're just kind of trucking along here. We got another 3-day weekend for the kids this weekend. It's interesting. They started school earlier this year, but they have more breaks and longer weekends throughout the year. And I actually think I kind of like it. Like, it makes the school year seem less intense and less like just a constant Monday through Friday, and more like, oh, you know, a couple times a month we have a long weekend, or we have like a fall break coming up. Hi, Kelly, how are you? So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I will be curious to see how many parts this page takes us, though. I mean, we've got a ways to go. And who knows, maybe people will get tired of it at some point, but I know there are those of you that will appreciate the from start to finish. Screaming on Tuesday was not screaming at her, but she got to hear my totally meant. Yeah, see, I'll do that with Steve sometimes where I'm venting about something. I'm not upset at him or the family or the kids or whatever, but I have to be really careful because the kids can read my tones really well. And so if they hear me getting, you know, amped up about something, the kids, like, they'll get all nervous, and I have to reassure them, like, Mommy's not mad at you guys. And like, I'm not even talking to them. They can feel, they just, you know, kids can just feel those emotions just out there. So when I'm around them, I have to try and be careful. Thank you, Kenny. Oh, awesome, Sunday. I'm so glad. Well, we are just using number 23 right now, kind of adding in our base color a bit, and then we are going to layer up. Let's see. Now, I had the lightest side be on the right-hand side, and we should probably try and keep to that. So we'll finish this color on the left, and then we will add our next color is number 29. Thank you, Kenny. Tuesday was rough, not for me, but for Ev, yeah. Gotta love those work days. Yeah, I haven't had a ton. It's been nice. I've had a little bit of wiggle room as far as work time is considered this week, and took a little time to myself, and yeah, just kind of been same old this week. It's been a less work hectic than it usually is. I also have this branch, and I think that that is going to be a wood frame for that mushroom as well. Okay. But I figure it works out well because Johanna doesn't have another book coming out for a couple months. Couple months? When is that? October? November? December, January, February, March, April, May. No, I don't remember when it's out, but I figure, you know, maybe we'll finish this by the time the new, yeah, Little Victories. Oh, you're talking about just do Little Victories. The new book coming out is called Little Victories. So yeah, that was, yeah. Yes, Marilyn, absolutely. That is an absolute victory. To refrain from maiming said fellow Homo sapiens is a good thing. She did, yeah, well, it was kind of interesting. So she shared my embroidery shoe that I did in her stories, but for the coloring competition, which if you haven't seen, go take a look at her Instagram. She has a coloring competition going on right now, and in it was a picture that I did. I'll show you actually. So I don't have that physical coloring book anymore. So if you follow Johanna and you saw the post that she made about the contest, there is a competition. So if you do want to enter it, winners can win a signed copy of the new anniversary edition of Secret Garden, and I forget what else is there, but she did use one of the images I've colored. Now, what kind of got me into this whole thing way back when was I was in a Facebook group that I'm not in anymore, but at the time I was, and she messaged 3 of us and said, hey, I'm doing rebranding. And at the time, she didn't have that many coloring books out. I think it was Secret Garden, Enchanted Forest, and Lost Ocean. And so she had the 3 books. She chose 3 colorists, and she sent each colorist a book. And the deal was we would color pages in that book. Now, some of you that have been here know this story already, but if you're new, it's a fun story to tell. So anyway, she sent out those books. I got Secret Garden, and I colored a number of pages in there. And when they sent it, they said, okay, we want you to color this, this, and this page, but if there are other ones that you want to do, go ahead. So me, of course, being just over the moon that I got invited to do this project, of course, I colored as many as I could. The only caveat was that we couldn't color on the back of one of the images that they requested for us to color, because then it would mess with the you know, there could be imprint, it would be weird with the pictures. But anyway, so I colored all the ones they asked, and then I colored one that I wanted to color, and it actually has been the one that they chose for, there it is, chose for the website, and one they featured and everything. So this magazine here is called Hidden Scotland, and they did a feature on Johanna Basford. And if you go to this page, we have this picture, and that is one of the pictures that I chose on my own, and I colored it and sent it back, and they used it to photograph for the new website and branding and all that. And so she messaged me, I don't know, a couple days ago, whenever she posted, she's like, you did this one, right? I'm like, I did indeed. And so she tagged me in that one. So that was pretty cool. But if you are interested in a ride, Sarah, I know I'm always tickled whenever she shares that stuff. But I am a little bit, not gonna lie. I saw the picture and I was like, oh, that's my picture. Well, and this was pretty early on. When I colored that, it was pretty early on in the you know, in the coloring stuff that I've been doing. So of course, you know, it was just tickle pink. So that picture's there on her Instagram, but it's also under the coloring competition. So that page that I just showed you, and in fact, I can show you in this edition. I just dropped the mini Secret Garden. The page that it is, if you have Secret Garden, there's also a free download available for it if you don't have the book, but you still want to participate. But it is this page right here. I was thinking, like, obviously I'm not going to enter the competition, because can you imagine how, I know Johanna like chooses randomly, but can you imagine how like uncomfortable and weird that would be if the person whose image she used as an example entered and then won? Like, that would not be fair in any way whatsoever. So I'm not entering, but I would think it'd be kind of fun now, however many years later. Oh, awesome, Dawn. However many years later, to do this page again and maybe do that color scheme, but also, you know, like change it up to where it's more like me now. But yeah, everybody likes a good competition. That's one of the things I like that she does is she chooses it randomly. It's not based on skill or anything. Like I'll see people in her comments go like, oh, you know, aw, thanks, Kelly. I know, it's exciting. It's exciting. But yeah, there have been people on her thing saying, oh, you know, I'm not that great a colorist. I'd never be able to do that or whatever. But that's the great thing is that she doesn't choose based on skill. She just chooses based on randomization. So it relieves some of the stress factor, I think, for a lot of people when they're just trying to do their absolute best. Ev, I'm so sorry. Right? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. So maybe after this one, I know it's a lot of Johanna, but let's be honest. Like, Johanna is where I started. Like, people can't come to this channel and think that they're not going to see stuff by Johanna. So I was just like, yeah, probably. I have yet to get tired of her stuff. And it's just so happy. I mean, look at this little happy mushroom. I suppose I should zoom back in again. Right, Johanna's awesome. She is. I am a bit of a fan. Let's see. Yeah, I think we will use this one. Let's go ahead and go in with number 2, and then we will go in with number 29. For your pastel, Johanna, so girl don't watch. Yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely have my signature look that I do on these things too. But I don't know, man. I used black on my mushroom. Like, that's some growth right there, right? Oh boy. Life is just funny that way sometimes. Takes you all kinds of places. But no, I enjoy it. I mean, I literally get to color multiple times a week. Can't complain. I recently so I did those shoes, right? And I had that embroidery stuff from a project that's probably, I think Arteza will show it later, but it's a project that I did with Arteza. But now that I have done and finished the project and gotten them everything that they need for it, now I can kind of do whatever with the supplies. So I did the shoes, and then also I'll show you real quick. Right, Kelly? They're so happy. And what I've been doing is, it's funnily enough because I've been talking about cross-stitching and everything a bit. A lot more cross-stitching stuff is being shown to me. I know, right, Ev? A lot of cross-stitching stuff is being shown to me on Instagram. You know, it hears what you're saying, and that'll decide your For You page. But one of the things that it suggested was these different accounts that do cross-stitching stitches. So in the kit that comes with Arteza, you get these, like, it's technically fabric, I suppose, but it's not. Like, I've even done like cross-stitch, you know, kits and stuff, and they seem to be a little bit softer. Like, I didn't do a review for these, they were for a project, but if you look on there and you go to the kit, it's got the rings. I don't know how big of a fan I am of the fabric because it's so stiff. I do have some regular fabric, but I thought that these would be perfect for me to practice, hi Minty, practice the stitches that I see online. So this one, I know it's yellow, so it's kind of hard to see. And I could not even tell you the name of it, but it was one, oh, Ada cloth. Is that what it's called? Why it's stiffer? See, this just shows my lack of embroidery knowledge. Yeah, it's fun, Kenny. And I'm finding it that it's a little bit easier. I think it would be harder if I was coming up with, I guess, my own designs. Because I see, if you guys follow Maggie Interios on her Instagram, she's actually been doing embroidery. I don't know, suddenly it's getting popular again. But I don't know the name of it, but it seemed really simple. It was just this little crisscross stitch. So I actually have been doing this a little bit when I'm not, you know, doing other things. But it's fun. Need to get you a sampler kit. Well, now, hold up though, because what is the sampler kit gonna include? Because I actually have, do you guys wanna see how much embroidery thread I have? Do you remember when I was asking, hey, what do you guys do with your leftover pencil boxes? Ooh, graph paper. Yeah, but see, I don't necessarily want to do a cross-stitch design. I want to do an embroidery design. Some of those layering techniques are amazing. Yeah, that's for cross-stitching. So I have white and black fabric. But so I used this box because the amount of embroidery thread I have left over from the project, it's a lot. So I think I have pretty much everything I need. Oh, it's a sample of embroidery stitches. Oh, okay. I get that. Okay. Although I did go to Joann's and I treated myself. I had an interesting day earlier this week, and I'll tell you guys about it later. But I was feeling a little down that day, and I didn't want to go nuts at the craft store. Right? I know. Oh, that's nothing? Oh, no, really? I didn't want to go nuts at the craft store, but these little things of embroidery thread are only like 66 cents a piece. And I realized the only colors I didn't have from Arteza, because like I've got yellow, brown, white, different shades of gray, not 50, pink, red, light purple, and regular purple. And so, but I realized the only color I didn't really have was green. And then I remembered, oh, I don't have blue either. So I went to Joann's and I treated myself to some thread, but then I also grabbed another darker purple. Then I saw these. They're gold and silver. Look how pretty they are. See, I know we're coloring, but I also know you guys can appreciate good craft supplies. But they're so pretty. They were obviously a little bit more expensive than just the 66 cents ones, but yeah, they're really pretty. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but you guys know me. I love anything crafty. So yeah, I've got the rings, but yes, okay. I love the idea of the sampler because that's what I was doing. There is this woman on Instagram who had a little, she had one of the round cross stitch things, and then she had the different stitches marked on there for her to practice on. And I mean, there was some pretty I don't know, there's some pretty intense ones, but it's fun. And it's still something that I can bring to car pickup line. Just bring it in my bag and pack it. Let's see, I'm not used to the Arteza thread. I love the DMC thread through JP Coats. It's my favorite. Oh, I didn't even know there were variations of thread. I was just like, well, this is cool. Let's have fun with this. All right, so let's see, number 2. But it's just fun because like now I can just play with it. And so I have no plans for that yellow one I was doing. I was just practicing the stitches. But yeah, that's definitely meant for cross stitch because it's very stiff. But I have some plain black material. Here's my question. Hi, Trey. Thanks, Trey. I haven't done most of those stitches. I was thinking of using the art book to create a design to embroider. Ooh, that would be cool. Well, yeah, because what I did for the shoe was I took How to Draw Inky Wonderlands, and I did this for the shoe. I haven't done the other half of the shoe, and yes, I'm aware that it's all white and it'll probably get dirty, but I will probably wear these, not necessarily for everyday store runs, but save them for, I don't know, different things. I haven't decided, but yeah, so I did an How to Draw Inky Wonderlands, and then I did the design on the side of the shoe. That's the only side I've done yet, though. Yes, that book. Yes, Kelly, absolutely. It's so fun. And the nice thing is you can do something like that, simple black and white. Somebody had mentioned Inktense, and I was thinking, if I ever get bored of that design and I want to change it up, it would be kind of fun to color in the shoe with Inktense. My only thing is, oh, thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Kenny. Sorry, I'm getting a cough drop. I realized I'm holding it here. I was just holding it like normal. The only thing is, what was I gonna say? I don't know how the Inktense would bleed on the canvas. So like, I've never, I know that Inktense is permanent on cloth, but I have never, I've never tried it. So I don't know how much, will it bleed out from underneath the thread? I don't know. Has anybody here ever used Inktense on fabric? And do you use it like paint, or do you color on the shoe first and then wet it? Or not just shoe, but fabric in general? You use GAC 900 instead of water. Oh, that name sounds familiar. I'm gonna write that down and look that up later. Hang on one second. Where are my sticky notes? Hang on. All right, let's see. GAC, what was it? GAC 900, okay. All right, I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, personal use for me. Yes, absolutely. Well, somebody had also said, like, in a comment, and I don't think either they didn't watch the entire video or they didn't realize what I was using, but they were like, I don't know why you're not using Inktense when it's permanent and Arteeza's isn't. And I was just like, well, it's thread, so I don't think it's going anywhere, but I think they might have just misunderstood what I was using. Oh, it's by Golden. Oh, yeah, they make... Okay, I think I do know what you're talking about now. Hi, Lori. Have you seen the lady on Instagram that copies photos to cards? I haven't. Does she use, like, press it and use some sort of solution? And hi, Kara says, I did a scarf with Inktense. I just drew what I wanted and dampened it when I wanted to see the layers. It worked well, but it did bleed some. Oh, cardstock, gotcha. How is it, Kara? Do you have to, my brain, sorry. Do you have to hand wash it, or how did it work out when it went through the washer? Like, it's a totally, like, I've used Inktense before, of course, in coloring books, but as far as, like, on cloth and different, you know, different surfaces, I am not totally familiar with it. Oh, and then she embroiders over them like wedding pictures. That sounds pretty, Lori. Ah, it's a fashion scarf. Okay, I got you, I got you. What kind of material, or did you say what kind of material a scarf was? Is it just a cotton, or what does it go best on? I'm trying to stick to the flat side of the pencil so it isn't scratchy or anything. I think it, well, acrylic paint is water-based, and I think especially for shoes, there might be some running issues. I did think about, I do have some fabric paint, like the puffy paint, the 3D fabric paint. I do have some of that. And let's see, what else was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh, I have the oil-based markers that I used. Do you guys remember when I did that video with the wine glass? These are oil-based markers. I thought about that too, and I was like, well, that could work, but there's just not very many colors. Hi, Aaron. It's cotton. I wanted silk, but I couldn't find a good source. Yeah, that's fair. Fabric pen, it washes off with water or heat. It does wash off, because I don't know that. Oh, once it's dry, it's set, no rain. Ah, okay, I got you. See, I've got all these ideas for crafty stuff. Another sip of water here. Wait, where were what? Oh, Kentucky. I gotcha. I don't think I've ever been to Kentucky. I've pretty much covered the entire western half of the US. Eastern half, I've been to New York. I think I've been to one of the Dakotas, but that's in the Midwest. I don't think I've done too much of the East Coast. And it wasn't just a layover in New York. I actually went there for a trip when I was in college. But other than that, eastern half of the US isn't too much. Okay, I know this looks like a really flat color right now, but we're just getting our base layers down. So now we're gonna grab number 29. Okay, and we are gonna go over those colors we already placed. Now remember, this is a harder leaded pencil, so press hard, but also try and keep that flat side of the pencil so that you're not causing too many streaks. And in fact, you know what I think I might do before I add too many more layers of this red? I think, let's see, do I want to do the blue or the purple? I take it back, because I don't think I want to do the brown. Angelus paint, is that a fabric paint or what is it specifically? I'll write it down on the list. Angelus paint. Oh, it's made for leather. Okay. It is in fact, Trey. I left off your Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I'm terrible with names in general. Pronunciation, spelling, I probably should just stop talking, said the girl who is live streaming and talking to people on a regular basis. Does that mean I can't be trusted with a microphone? It's very possible. Let's do, see, I want to do purple, but because the mushroom is purple, I'm concerned that it might, excuse me, I'm sorry. Off and on fabric, I gotcha. Let's go ahead and try the blue, number 33. I mean, it'll end up looking kind of purple with the red on top of it anyway. So let's try the blues, number 33. And we are gonna add this where we want, yeah, see that's kind of coming out purpley anyway. So blue's okay with this. We're gonna add this where we want most of our darker shadows to be. And I realized I didn't leave much in the way of making space for yellow. So I'm actually gonna grab, sounds good, Trey. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna grab my kneaded eraser real quick because I don't necessarily want to use my electric one. I do have a little plastic eraser here, but let's use the kneaded eraser first. I want to make sure, oh yeah, that's perfect because I haven't pressed that hard yet. I want to make sure I leave just a little bit of space for the yellow. There we go. That picked up just enough, and then you just mix it around. Oh, fun! That's awesome. Oh, Ev, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, Angela, and it's worse for me when my brain is all over the place. Like if I've got something that I'm thinking about and then I'm like I'm thinking about it, but also doing multiple things at once. Like the amount of times I have to say what to Steve because like multitasking is not my friend, man. Hi, Barbara. I got my book today and nearly had a heart attack. Oh no. Wait, it's been, I thought I read it as being in a case of water. I was like, wait, what? That's not gonna fix it. It's gonna dissolve it. Okay, but I get it now. If it was through Amazon, you could probably get a return. Right? That's so sweet. Oh, really? Oh, I love that, Ev. Well, I did cross stitching with my mom when I was younger and she taught me a lot of it, but the straight up like embroidery of not relying on the exact squares. Although don't get me wrong, my little symmetry loving heart loves the fact that I can get even lines by doing all of the little individual holes. But I feel like the more advanced level are the different embroidery stitches. So that's really exciting. But thank you so much. I'll have a lot of fun with that. Sometimes it's just kind of nice to just unplug a little bit and just, you know, decompress. And you should, do you still have some of your embroidery like finished things that you've done? Or did you give them mostly as gifts, or do you have any you could show us? Okay, so I'm mostly just using this number 33 in the places where there would be a little bit of shadow. So we're gonna do it under this little branch here. There we go. I'm gonna go just a little bit lighter there because that's probably gonna have some yellow on it, so I don't want to make it too dark blue. And again, I'm imagining that the color source is kind of coming from that way. Even though I'm not really doing one, I just tend to default towards left side is where all the shadows happen. I do baby quilts for each of my nieces. Oh, I love that. Copying pics out of coloring book and then transferring them and embroidering. Oh, I love that so much, Ev. I've done like for gifts, I've done like some baby blankets and everything. I can see though how cross stitching and embroidery can really take a lot of time. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Wendy, how are you? Okay, let's see. Let's do some shadow here. I don't know how much space is supposed to be between the mushroom and the branches. It seems like they're all pretty close, but you know, we'll get a little bit of shadow in there. So I'm still going through all the Doctor Who right now. Need a little bit of a distraction this week, so it's been nice to go through that. I am now on to gosh, who was it's the woman doctor. It's the 13th Doctor. Wasn't it Jodie? See, you can tell she's making a big impression on me when I struggle to remember her actual name. I'm sorry, doctor that came after the other two doctors and then the one that was my favorite. I think that's what would work for him. Made it far. Yeah, well, I kind of just have it on while I'm working. And especially if the kids are at school, it's just background noise. Because a lot of those episodes I've seen. So it's more so just, it keeps my mind occupied and makes it so it's not quiet. You know, I grew up in a big family. I'm not a huge fan of silence. I kind of am, but I like having stuff going on around me. And so when I am by myself, it's nice to have that on in the background. Oh, I love that, Wendy. Every time I do cruel, my hands break out. Wait, what's... She says, I love cruel. What's cruel? And does Cruella de Vil do it? Right, Kelly? I'm the same way. It's like, I just want to do all the things. Absolutely you should, Angela. I highly approve. That, and also, I only got myself a month of HBO, just because I don't want to, like, pay for it every month, because let's be honest, HBO is expensive, and I just really wanted to watch it. I think that maybe I'll slowly start buying all of the seasons. I have some of them for Doctor Who, but, I mean, Doctor Who's the only reason that I get HBO, so I'm trying to, like, blow through them all for the month. I get my Doctor Who fix, and then I'll get another month of it at some point. But I can't be the only one that does that gets a streaming service. I think the only streaming service that we've had consistently, mostly because it has a lot of the kids shows on it, is Netflix. Obviously, we get Amazon Prime because we have Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus. The rest of them I only get, like, sporadically. I know, I might as well. And they're really not that expensive. Like for the whole seasons. I don't know what about the newer ones, but I think I have most of the newer ones too. Because when they were coming out, I was purchasing them so I could watch them. You may be surprised to hear that I don't have all the David Tennant ones. I really should. I sure am excited though when that comes out. I already told Steve, I was like, when that episode comes out, like, I'm taking over the TV. Mama's watching her show. No one's interrupting. I want complete silence. There you go. Jack of all, master of none. The new wheel. Yeah, I saw that. But I might watch it just to see. It's like when you read a story. It's like, I think of the Wheel of Time like Tamlin. All right? I'm waiting for the redemption arc because I gotta tell you, the first season of Wheel of Time, I was not happy with. In my defense, however, I had just finished reading the series when it came out. So when the show came out, it was really fresh in my mind. Yeah, I didn't, if I had never read the books, I might have been fine with it, but it was just different. I understood some of the changes that they made, but I was not happy with some of the storylines. So, you know, I'll watch it, give it a second chance, I suppose. But I've been looking at it, like, every time I pull it, I'm like, I see it's there, but is it just gonna break my heart again? I don't know. In 8 months, nice. Well, say, Wendy, when I say read, I mean that I got it on Audible and I listened to it while I got work done. So, I mean, does it really count if I do Audible? I don't know. Like, I'm listening to the story, obviously. The thing of it is, though, is it allows me to get stuff done and do the stories at the same time. Because, like, I have a book that I keep in my purse that I try to read, but I get so sleepy every time I read. So I got this one by Brandon Sanderson. It's just a little novella. Even on Audible, it's only like 4 hours. I'm like this far into it. I'm terrible with just sitting down and reading. Yes, I have those books. In fact, those will probably be due for a reread soon because I think there's a new season of that out as well, right? It's not cheating? Okay, good. So I think I'd probably choose to watch that over Wheel of Time. Hi, Renee. Oh, it was done with wool yarn. Oh, okay. Reading with my ears. See, there you go. Yeah, because I would not be able to get through the books. Like the whole, we were talking about Throne of Glass over on Shannon's stream last week, and I have gone through that entire series probably about 3 times. And part of it is because I think of it like, you remember back in the day when we owned a show, but we owned it on DVD, but because it was the only show that we owned, we would watch it multiple times. That's what I kind of think of it as. Just because it's in my library, and Audible credits are expensive, so I'll just listen to it again. And I just, you know, it's not like I listen to it back to back by any means, but I you know, after I've listened through all the books that I have, then I go through and listen to them again. 50-mile one-way commute. Oof. Well, for me, the way that pickup time is set up with the kids, I end up in the car for long periods of time during the day. So, it gives me something to listen to for sure. Ooh, yeah, stuck in traffic. That is no fun. Oh my gosh, I swear they are redoing every single road that I use on a regular basis. The amount of construction traffic we have had lately is ridiculous. We got stuck behind a train this morning, and there was construction. I was just like, come on. I swear it took us twice as long to get where we're going today. Bye, Tom. Thanks for being here. It was kind of ridiculous. So I'm just using number 29 now, and I'm kind of blending out that that blue that we used for a shadow. And then I think we'll definitely go in with some of our black. Then we'll probably go in with 23, and then we'll go over again with number 2. Right, gotta love those work commutes. Not gonna lie, I kind of like working from home now because of that. I just, you know, people are like, what do you mean you work at home? Won't you want to get out of the house? It's like, well, but you don't understand. The people are out there, and all of my stuff is in here. Both of those reasons are 2 very good reasons to not leave the house. Oh. There you go, Marilyn. So yeah, I mean, people out there, fun stuff in here. Why would I leave? I mean, I do leave, but you know, right? It's too people-y out there. I don't people well anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, as I'm sure you all can see, I'm incredibly extroverted, but I don't know, man. These days, there's not enough kindred spirits out there. You just, you know, want to be like, you like color pencils? I like color pencils. No? Okay, well, this was fun. I'm gonna go get coffee. Right, Ev? Well, Ev, you started working at home during 2020, didn't you? Or did you go into the office before that? I can't quite remember. Oh, good, Barbara. Yeah, way too people-y. People-ing is highly overrated. And don't get me wrong, I do have friends that are here. And I enjoy hanging out with them, but I have my select, you know, number of friends. The rest of everything is just, you know, people. Yeah. Well, it's kind of that way even with like, oh, I just went over the line. Curbside pickup and everything, you know? People are like, please don't take this away. This is an amazing service. I will utilize this frequently. I did want to fit in some of this yellow, so we're going to put in some yellow now. A little bit there. Okay, and there. We'll probably add some yellow on those leaves when we get to that point, but I think that's all we need as far as yellow is concerned. Sounds good, Aaron. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our black now. That one went pretty dark, so I'm not going to use on all the spots. It's going to be the darkest spots. So clearly we'll have some black that's there. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So we're going to do some on the sides. The reason I remember the date is they actually kicked us out of the building because we were a non-medical office. 2008, I got out just before COVID hit. Right, Kelly? Good timing on that one. Seriously. Oh, and everything just seems easier, you know, with Zoom and whatnot. I am okay with not peopling as much. I know we've just been working on this one, like, mushroom for like 30 minutes, but you know, sometimes you just gotta take it slow. That's one of the nice things about coloring is you can just kind of slow down, take your time. In panic mode? Yeah, I don't blame you. There we go. Yeah, you skated out just in time. Yeah, man, and now, like, teachers are they're so overworked now. Like, kudos to those teachers, absolutely. Okay. We're just using that black. Let's see, we're definitely going to use it under this one. My head gets in frame, I apologize. I'm trying to turn it so I can, got a little bit of a glare here I'm working with. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this bottom part yet. I haven't decided. Like, there's part of me that wants to be like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna jump over here and we're gonna jump over here. But with this page being as large as it is, like, I don't want to rush it because then it's going to look like I rushed it, you know? Like, if I am going to take the effort to do this page, I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And to a level of quality that I'm happy with. Not that I rushed it just because, you know? I don't blame you, Kelly. Oh, thanks. Retirement is a bad word. To be fair, from the sounds of it, you do the work of like 10 people and he loves you and he does not want to lose you. I mean, I don't blame him. If I was the boss of a company and I had an employee that worked as hard as you, I'd be like doing everything in my power to keep you there. All right, so now we're gonna do number 23. Pressing a little bit harder here. Quite a few layers on here already, though. Again, it's a harder leaded pencil, but the key to pressing hard and still having it look smooth is to like use the flat side. And this is really bright, actually. We're gonna turn that down one. That's a little bit more accurate. There we go. Well, I know a lot of you got Hannah Carlson's new book. What was it, Atlantis? I haven't gotten that one yet. If you have it, how are you liking it? Barbara, if you are not following Barbara Colors, she has done some really pretty stuff with her so far. She's following like this underwater shell tutorial. It looks really cool. There's taken over half the jobs that I used to do, so I feel like I'm on easy street. Nice. Still trying to come into work that day. Yeah, didn't you have a baby, Sarah? Like, you're not supposed to... You had a baby, Sarah. Like, you gotta take the time. Let yourself heal. I say that. Meanwhile, I'm like always trying to overdo it. And Steve's like, can you just sit down, please, and chill? I'm like, no, I can't sit down and chill. I have things to do. Things to get done. And yet still, it feels like there just aren't enough hours in there. She was in labor and talking about work. Well, you know, you get that merit badge for delivering a baby. Just, you know, throw on your you know, baseball catcher's mitt and, you know, if you got a football helmet and, you know, call it a day. 6:30 in the morning, I thought it would go away. Isn't there some sort of I can't talk. Statistic that says like whether or not like most women go into labor at night? I went into labor with, actually, I guess my second one was labor regular during the day, but with my first, it was early in the day. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I would do. Like, imagine you're on a plane and like somebody goes into labor and they say like, is there a doctor in the house? Is there anybody here? And all I can say is, I've watched a bunch of Call the Midwife. I swear I can deliver a breech, baby. Just remember that episode with Chummy where she's talking about it. It's just like, yeah, I can handle it. I could totally deliver a breech baby. You know, I'd be curious to know how many babies were delivered in an emergency situation because the person on hand had watched literally every episode of Call the Midwife recently. Did it show up for the next 2 days? Oh my gosh. Right, Kelly? Me too. It's such a good series. Such a good series. Oh, that reminds me. Hold up. The newest season is out in US Netflix, isn't it? Hang on. Hang on, guys. This is important. Important information. I need to know. Hold up. Watch season 12 now. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I gotta finish Doctor Who before I run out of HBO because I don't want to get it another month. But as soon as that's done, I'm watching season 12. No spoilers. I haven't seen it. Yes, it's out on Netflix. Season 12. Season 12 is out. I knew it was coming out this month. I just forgot it. I want to say it came out like on the 9th or something. But yes, season 12. Now, of course, I actually had to unfollow Call the Midwife. I can't remember if I am or if I turned off like the notifications for it because it kept giving me spoilers to the show. So I know something happens with Trixie, but I don't know what exactly. All day Liberty showed up for the next two days. Okay, so Sarah, though, like I obviously I know you have kids. Oh, that was a little scratchy. Like what kid number was it for you? No, it's really interesting. They say that, you know, the more kids you have, the faster each delivery is. But actually, little Steve, like, he took a little while. But part of it is because, like, I thought I was gonna be all like cool about it, but then like I didn't relax at all. You have Netflix, yay! Oh, yay, Marilyn! Marilyn, you're out of your disguise. Didn't want to be right. Midwives, here I come. Nice, Kelly. Yeah, it's so both my kids stayed in until 41 weeks and 1 day. I pushed for an hour and a half with my oldest, and then little Steve, once everything was the way that it should be, he was just zooming out of there. The doctor barely got there in time to situate everything. She was my second and last, 8 years after my, 8 years, whoo, brave woman. See, my kids are older now. I cannot imagine going back through the potty training and diaper stage. I mean, I would if that happened, but it's not going to. So I can easily and confidently say, I don't want to do that again. I got my 2. I'm good. Absolutely good. Okay. I feel like I want to leave the mushroom where it's at. I know this one is so much darker, but I think I want to get some surrounding stuff done before I decide, before I decide how much darker I want that to go. Oh, absolutely. You went through 2 shift changes, Wendy. All right. I think we should do a challenge portion of what it is we're doing. I like seeing this and seeing this. This is definitely going to get darker, but I'm going to wait until we get more colors. It's plenty fine to go back and forth when you are adding your layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to get, like I said, the color of the mushroom. Like I imagine a lot of it is kind of like a light kind of beigey color. So you have to get a little creative with it when you come to the Ergosofts. You only have 36 colors, which means you are limited on what you can do. So, I haven't broken out. I do have a new case that has a larger brown, but I haven't broken it out yet. We're gonna do pencil extenders. So we're gonna have this little itty bitty fella. We asked my son at about 2 to 3 if he wanted a sibling. He said no, he wanted a dog. He still agrees with his decision a decade later. 6 hours. 1 was 6 hours. 2 was 3.5 hours. And that dang little heart, I can't see. 3 was 3 hours. And 4 was 9 hours. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, well, I mean, with little Steve, I was in labor for a while, but part of it was I just couldn't relax. But once things started moving, you know, things started moving. Childbirth is something else, I'll tell you that much. Had a midwife with a lot, well then, yeah, call the midwife is right up your alley. All right, so now we're gonna do number 76. Okay, are we zoomed in here? Yes, we could do a little bit more. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get creative with our colors here so that we can make this work. Okay, so we're gonna start with 76. The other dark brown they have is a little too yellowy for my taste. It's just not a rich enough brown, but we are gonna go light because in the end, we're gonna be looking for that kind of beige color. So we're gonna be using our white Prismacolor. First was an emergency C-section, yeah. My first was 13 hours and my second, I think, was about 7-ish. It's crazy how much that changes. Okay. So we're gonna use this one. Again, I'm not pressing that hard because we're gonna be kind of lightening this a bit. I used this same technique when I colored in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly and did those kind of illuminated manuscript pages. Now we need to pay attention because I put that yellow in and I put it partially on the, I don't know, what's the stem, the stalk, the legs, I don't know, this part of the mushroom. Really, Shannon? What do you mean? What part of it? Is it like squeamishness or like disbelief in the drama? What is it about it that you don't like it? 34 hours? Ooh, yeah, 13 hours, much quicker. I honestly would have to look in the book to see how many hours it was total, but I remember the pushing part pretty well. It's amazing how nature just like makes you forget about a lot of the painful stuff, so that you'll do it again. All the screaming. Well, they're birthing children. They're gonna scream. Hi, Mona. That being said, I do remember my doctor telling me that, like, unless the screaming you feel like it's helping, you don't necessarily need to scream, you know? Like, it's part of it. But I mean, it's still childbirth. And I had an epidural, so I can't say for sure what women who do it naturally go through. Feel that way about tattoos. I can say with complete confidence that childbirth was much more painful than a tattoo. I'll just put that out there. I'm just from my personal experience. Really, Marilyn? Oh my gosh, no, it just, oh. I made the mistake, I'm using number 16 now. I made the mistake of watching Call the Midwife when I was pregnant. And I gotta tell you, that was not my smartest idea. Tugs at the heartstrings, man. You guys headed to bed? Love you. Get some sleep. Don't forget to take out your hair tie.
Scrunchie. Chat, do you want to see my scrunchie? Does Chat want to see my scrunchie?
Sure, you can show them your scrunchie.
Look, Chat, it's a scrunchie. I got a scrunchie. Hi.
They like seeing their hands in it. All right, kiddos, get some sleep.
Night, Chat.
Thank you. See you in the morning. Everybody says goodnight. Right? I love all the babies. And like, I know it's a show, and so obviously they can't use newborn babies because like health and safety and all that. But there are times when they hand the mother the new baby and I'm just like, no way that came out of her. No way. That kid's like 3 months old. No, probably not 3 months old. But you know, some of those babies that are on the show, and again, I know that it's necessary because they can't have actual newborns on the show. But all I'm saying, some of those babies are like a month old and I'm just like, ah, dang, no wonder they're screaming. You should, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, it totally tugs at the heartstrings. Okay, So we've done number 16 and we've done number 76. We're gonna throw in a little bit of pink, So number 25, let's see, where do I wanna put that? We're gonna put that on the side here. And we may add a little bit of darker brown on the left-hand side to go hand in hand with the shadows and underneath that. So when you're using such a limited color palette, you definitely have to get creative with your color blends. But when we add that white on top, that's going to lighten it up a little bit and kind of smooth it out. Wait, what is looking at me, Vanessa? I'm gonna lurk in the corner while I get the ride in for the day to see if I can not hurt myself. Wait, ride in? Are you riding your bike? Please don't hurt yourself on your bike. But also, good for you. That's right, I was lurking in your stream. You said that you have been working out or exercising? Or is it a stationary bike? What kind of exercise are you doing? Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the brown and it's going to be, I'm looking down here for the number. It's up here, it's number 76. On the stationary, I got you. Okay, well, you're doing better than I am. We have one of those, and I got one, thinking I was gonna use it. And like many stationary bikes before it, it currently has, I think, a sweater on it. I see it, it's in there, it's staring at me every day, and I just need to do it. But then, you know, we get up at 6 and we do the kids, and by the time I get home after dropping things off, I'm like, I just wanna sit down and have my coffee. And then by the time I have my coffee and my breakfast, I'm like, well, I want to shower for the day. And that means I don't want to go on the bike because then I'll have to shower again after the bike and, you know, all of the other excuses. Ah, yes, please be careful. Take it slow. All right, let's use number 77, which is the other brown. I mean, it's easy to make lots of excuses for it. And I've got a whole stock of them. One of these days, there's gonna be some changes here in the coming months, and so maybe after said changes, maybe I'll go ahead and actually try it. Right, such good intentions. Such good intentions. Really do. Sounds good, Renee. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the white now, and then we'll add more color if we want to. I wholeheartedly approve. I had popcorn for my snack the other day. Not my snack, for my lunch. Like, I really like, I do the skinny pop, but only because it's certified gluten-free, and oh my gosh, the butter skinny pop is so good. I don't get it because it's skinny, I just get it because it's flippin' delicious. All right, we're gonna use the white Prismacolor here, and what this is gonna do is this is going to lighten it up a little bit. We're adding tint to it. Tone would be gray. I mean, and as a whole, popcorn's not terrible for you. Besides, you're watching a stream, which is kind of like watching a movie, so popcorn is totally acceptable. I'm trying not to go over on the leaves over there, because we're still gonna add color to those. Okay, we need a little bit more on that yellow. I'm pressing kind of harder. I just don't want it to be as bright yellow. See, you can tell the difference. Like, this is a brighter yellow, and this is toned down just a bit. There we go. Let's be brave and use a little bit of black. But also, that's delicious. I could, but also butter. I've just, until my thyroid is back where it needs to be, I'm just embracing the size that I am, and I'm not gonna make myself miserable. Mo butter, mo better. Isn't that what Paula Deen says? Maybe that's not. She probably should say it, because butter is delicious. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit here. Let's see. A little bit there. Okay. Okay, question. What if you just melt your own butter and put it on top of it? I mean, could that work? Wait. You've been doing unsalted? Oh, unsalted butter. For some reason, my brain registered that as unsalted popcorn. Like, I thought you meant just plain popcorn. And I'm like, that's basically a rice cake. Why do you punish yourself? No, I'm kidding, actually. No judgment if that is what you are doing right now. But at first I was just like, wait, it was just plain popcorn? Like, if we get a corn on the cob, put it in there. Clarify, but I'm too lazy for that, I'll be honest. Okay, so now we are going to do the door. It's a little bit darker, the stock, but there's nothing about what I'm coloring right now says these are real life colors. So in this situation, oh, you know what we should actually do? We should do under here. How do I want to color it? Most mushrooms, you know, the meat that's underneath, that's still kind of that light color. So let's start with number 10. I'm just gonna do a little bit of yellow here. Okay. We need to do this line here as well. Also, if you guys are watching this, and you know, if you're watching it back later or you're following along, if at any point you guys are like, dear God, I wish you would just move on and do a different page, please let me know. Because if there's actually no interest in seeing this page all the way through, I'd rather you guys tell me. Then, you know, forcing you all, well, no one's forcing you. If you don't want to see it, then, you know, you don't see it. But if, like, the majority of you are like, yeah, we could probably do something different, then we can discuss changes. Couple tablespoons. Oh, for the butter. Blah, blah, blah. Because of the sodium, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, my hands are swelling a little bit. I'm gonna take my ring off. There you go. Like once a month, so I'm not aware of the nutrition value. Shake, 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 then eat chocolate M&Ms with it. See, there you go. I approve. I approve. Okay, so now we're back to number 76. I don't know. Sometimes you just need a good comfort food. Question. Okay, for my ice cream lovers out there. I really enjoy Rocky Road, okay? Mostly because of the marshmallows in it, because I gotta be honest, I am sort of in love with marshmallows. You know, me and marshmallows, we got a thing going on. So, me and, you know, the almonds that are in Rocky Road, not as much of a love affair. So here's my question. Is there an ice cream out there that is just chocolate and marshmallows? And yes, I know I could probably buy mini marshmallows and chocolate ice cream, put it on. It's not the same. It's not the same. So, is there an ice cream out there that makes chocolate ice cream, basically Rocky Road, without the rocks? Is there an ice cream like that? Surely there is. There's an ice cream for everything out there. Just heard a buzz, but I didn't see a notification go off. Ooh, malted balls. The malted balls I don't think are gluten-free. Oh my gosh, speaking of, there's a new shop that has frozen strawberry vanilla yogurt, real frozen strawberries. It's so good. Oh, that does sound amazing. Little Emily wanted popsicles the other day, but we don't do dye anymore for little Steve because we realized he was having an allergic reaction to it. And so we were trying to find some dye-free popsicles. And Steve and I really love these, what are they called? I can't remember the name of it, but they're strawberry popsicles, but they have bits of strawberry, like chunks of strawberry, and they're so good. I love them. Little Emily was like, yeah, nah, this isn't for me. She's like picking out the strawberries. Oh, but that takes effort, Sarah. I just want to guiltily walk to the fridge, pull out the container, grab a spoon, and go sit in the corner and have my ice cream. No marshmallows? What? Birthday ice cream? Who puts no marshmallows in Rocky Road? Like, just toss out the rocks in Rocky Road and call it, you know, Marshmallow Road. That's just called road. No, the ice cream is the road. Just yelled from the hallway. That's called road. Birdley, I heard my name. Yeah, I love it. Keeping an eye on the time here. Yeah, but again, I'm lazy. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I will be perfectly honest. I'm just, you know, I want it already done for me. I'm clearly making a lot of effort for things that I want. So, you know, there's some skill there. Mississippi mud cake. I feel like I remember you mentioning that before. I'm using number 25. Remind me what's in the Mississippi mud cake. Also, if there's real mud, I'm not going for it. Okay, let's go ahead and use our white now. I'm gonna use it on the underside of this. And then I think we will get a little bit darker under there. We might break out a gray, actually. And yes, I know that the white pencil lightens up the lines, but that I'm actually kind of okay with. Do I want gray for that? I don't know that I want gray for that. Sorry, this is my internal monologue. I'm just constantly second guessing what I want. Is it really? That's it? Chocolate and marshmallows? So like for glaze icing, do you mean like buttercream swirls in the ice cream? Or do you mean like chocolate syrup swirls in the ice cream? Because I'd be all about that too. Okay, let's use number 77. And this right here is gonna get darker and kind of help pop away from that. Because obviously that's gonna be the darkest part. What is the name of Under the Mushroom? Anybody know? I know there's an actual name for it. I just can't think of it right now. Right? No, I'll go get some Rocky Roads. Speaking of ice cream though, Steve got himself one the other day, and it is basically it's Dr. Pepper, oh my gosh. Dr. Pepper flavored ice cream swirled with vanilla. So it's like Dr. Pepper float, basically. I'm fine with ticking all those boxes, Shannon. Tillamook ice cream is so good. Oh, it's so good. You know, life can kind of suck sometimes, and you just gotta embrace it, I suppose. I told Steve the other day, I was like, can I just sit here and eat this bag of marshmallows? That makes everything better, right? He fully approved of my need to just sit and stare at the wall and eat my marshmallows. My mom used to make Mississippi mud with chocolate ganache icing. Ooh. Yeah, gluten-free for 10 years. Yeah, Dr. Pepper ice cream, right? I didn't have any, but I smelled it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. He said it tastes, I'm using number 8, by the way. He said it tastes a lot like a Dr. Pepper float would. It's a heart attack in bar. You know what's a heart attack in bar form, but also worth it if you're willing to splurge. Now, I haven't had any of these since I went gluten-free because I'd have to check and see their ingredients. But those way overpriced Magnum ice cream bars that are like dipped, but then like dipped in caramel and then dipped in chocolate again, and then dipped in chocolate again. Like there's multiple layers of frozen chocolate with like caramel or caramel, whatever. Or nuts or whatever else in between, and they're so freaking good. They are literally packed full of so much sugar, but you know what? Some days you just need that. You need to just ignore the labels and just be like, whatever. Yes, Dove Magnum, they're so good. They're so good. But also the fact that they named them Magnum, like, couldn't they have come up with a different name that is not similar to a product that's intimate? Like, I feel like there were better options than that. Like, you know, I tell Steve to go to the store and get me some Magnums, the wording needs to be a little different. Eggplant. Right, Sarah? Every time. Stone Cold Creamery. Oh, yes. I love Stone Cold Creamery. Yeah, absolutely. Every time. Like, who was on that marketing committee that they thought, you know what, we should name this chocolate bar? Magnum. Right? I know. Yeah, Dove things are super expensive. There was a chocolate marshmallow ice cream made by a local dairy, Lake to Lake. We used to get it in by the 5-gallon tubs. Yeah, Carol, I would too. Absolutely. All right, I got a little bit heavy-handed there, so I'm gonna use this white to smooth it out. I'm just saying. There were better marketing choices to be had in that meeting. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do some of these rocks. Now, something to think about. I haven't decided if there's light shining out of these windows yet. I did the lanterns, but I think if we have any light, it's gonna be really low light, like it's in the evening. So I'm not gonna worry about light on the outside of the rocks. What? You don't? Okay, see, when I go to Cold Stone, if I am on a splurge for myself, and this was pre-gluten-free, I haven't done it since, but when I am on a splurge for myself, I need to cheer myself up kind of trip. I will go and I'll do probably one of the larger sizes they have there, just because I can freeze it and eat it at home. Hi, Kelly, no worries. You're good, we're still here. So I usually get a vanilla bean base, and then the things that I have them add to it are Oreos. And again, I haven't done that since gluten-free times. But Oreos, chocolate syrup, gummy bears. Come to think of it, I don't think when I did that, I added marshmallows. What blasphemy is that? And Oreos. So I do the same mixture in frozen yogurt because it's freaking delicious. And I know, like it seems weird to do gummy bears because you're like, well, those are gonna get really hard. And yes, they do. Because then you, like when you get a gummy bear, then it's almost like a hard candy and like it softens in your, it's delicious. So gummy bears in your ice cream. I don't know how that would work in like long-term stored ice cream, but for like a you mix it thing, yeah. Right, Cece? Thank you. Bird lady. I have a feeling that's like what dogs say. Like, they know it's not good for them, but they want the chocolate anyway. I mean, they also, want the half-eaten piece of scrambled egg you just dropped on the floor. So, they don't really have refined palates. I know, right, Wendy? I'm gonna need to get some ice cream after stream. Absolutely. Yeah, a little. It's been a bit of a rough week. I'll tell you guys about it later, but yeah, I definitely gave in to some of my cravings this week because I decided I deserved it. Bubblegum ice cream, I can't get on board with. No, I can't. I don't like I don't know. I'll chew bubblegum. But like I can't do bubblegum ice cream. That doesn't appeal to me so much. Malt ball crunch and black cherry ice cream together. Oh, that sounds amazing. Chocolate almond ice cream. Was it almond flavored or were there chunks of almond? Also, it's a good stream when the hot topic of conversation is ice cream because you can't go wrong. There's so many different versions of it. It's fairly universal. And there's so many there's so many kinds. I don't think I know. And now, of course, I know plenty of people that say I shouldn't eat ice cream, but I don't know many people that just don't like ice cream. I don't know. Maybe if they have really sensitive teeth, I suppose they wouldn't like the cold, but still, ice cream is delicious. Pistachio almond. Ooh, Steve would be right on board with that. He loves pistachio ice cream. There's a place that we go to here in town if we're going out for a date or a fancy meal or whatever. There is pistachio gelato that he really likes. Slivers almond and dark rich chocolate ice cream. Ooh. See, maybe that's what it is. The Rocky Road that I'm eating has like almonds that are halved, but also like whole almonds. And it's just like, it's almost a disappointment because like when the chunk of whatever you scooped up is wrapped up in chocolate ice cream, you kind of just hope that it's a marshmallow, and then you bite down on it, you go, oh, that one was an almond. It's almost like tiny disappointments every time I get it. I love the ice cream, but is it full of tiny disappointments? Absolutely it is. They tasted like the burst perfume. You know, that's fair because like there were candies that I used to eat like they were going out of style when I was a kid. And as an adult, like I can't stomach them. Candy corn. I ate one recently for a project that I was doing. And I gotta be honest, I was not feeling the candy corn. I was like, I don't know if they changed the formula or like I just grew up, but I was like, this is terrible. Dang it, you guys, now I want some of my homemade peach ice cream out of the freezer. It's literally called homemade peach ice cream. And you said out of the freezer, which means it is located in the same place where you are residing. Why is it not in your hands yet, Sarah? Homemade peach ice cream. 4 perfect words to listen to. I don't know, 6 of them. But still, homemade peach ice cream. Tillamook butter pecan with Hershey's. Oh, I do love caramel syrup and ice cream. Oh, only in summer. Okay. Bird lady shudder. Local frozen custard place. They have cannoli concretes. Wait, cannoli concretes? I don't know why, but concrete isn't a really appealing name to something that I want to. Well, now it's gonna be good, Sarah. Right, Kenny, I used to love it. I think I told you guys the story, like, when I was younger, whenever I went out on the boat with my dad, and when we got back, the woman that hoisted the boats back up onto the dock, she always had a bucket of candy corn in her office. So despite the fact that I spent all day feeling sick to my stomach on the boat, I immediately felt better and went and got some candy corn, and it tasted delicious. But it just doesn't. Little one throwing vanilla in there. Oh, fun. Right, Angela? Yeah, Marion Berry. What's like a blizzard, but better? Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, maybe it's just me. Maybe I feel like they changed the flavoring a little bit. Like it used to be good. I thought it did, but now it's just like, well, this is just very chemically. Very vanilla-y, but still good. So homemade peach ice cream, how did you go about that? Do you like have is it a hand crank machine or is it an electric machine? We had a hand crank machine that we got as a wedding present, but I think it ended up breaking or like we had stored it outside somehow, like I don't know, but we don't have it anymore. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's get a little bit of the, oh, it's like Whoppers don't taste as good as they used to. See, I haven't had a Whopper in ages. My dad used to, every year for Christmas when I was a kid, it was like a given. I would give him Whoppers in his stocking or out or whatever. You know, kids don't get too creative with their gifts. And so I used to give him that all the time. So that's how, when I think of Whoppers, I just remember my dad. Hand crank ice cream is the best, but also I'm lazy. Tillamook at least once a summer. Tillamook is good. Tillamook is so good. That's one of the things, like, you know, prices on everything is going up. But we tried some regular cheeses down here, but they just weren't the same. So one of our grocery budget splurges every week is Tillamook cheese. Like, it's too good. And if they ever take it out of the Texas stores, I'm gonna riot. Pumpkin candy corn. Yeah, that's the one that I had. I was just like, I had one. I really liked the smell of them, but the taste was just off. I'm like, well, that's disappointing and a half. Okay. Okay, so number 8. And then I do want to grab a little bit of green for kind of like almost a mossy look. $5.99 for 2-pound loaves. Steve, if you're listening, how much do we pay for those 2-pound loaves of cheese? Not everywhere has the 2 pound. We usually have to get the 1 pound. Circus peanuts. What about those like circus cookies? Like the white and pink ones with sprinkles? Are those any good? It landed in his ear? Wait, the circus peanuts. Are those squishy orange ones? She got me an ice cream machine that's electric, but you don't need the ice and salt. It has an internal chamber that you put in the freezer for a day. Oh, that's cool. It's gonna land in his ear. Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of number 57. Let's see, and I'm not doing it on all of them. I just wanted to give some of the rocks a little bit of green to it to get that kind of mossy look. Hey, Steve. Never mind, that might not be Steve. That might be one of the kids getting up again. Then mix your ingredients and chill for a couple hours out of the chamber, then mixes itself for 40 minutes. See, that's all. If I'm in the mood for ice cream, I don't know that I want to wait that long. Dad's favorite, so we're not allowed to touch. Wait, Loft House. Wait, I feel like I know Loft House cookies. Why does that sound familiar? Okay, now we're gonna do the frame of the window, and I want to do that in brown. Oh yeah, how much is the 2 pound block of cheese? Of Tillamook cheese. Where did we get that? Did we find it at Walmart?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Alex, who has Tillamook a little bit closer, $5.99. Yeah, I know, but it's like double for us, and I'm jealous. Yeah, so it's double the price down here. Hence why I say it's a budget splurge. But totally worth it. Like, it's just other cheeses just aren't the same. So if you're listening and you've never had a chance to have Tillamook cheese and you have it at your grocery store, you should try it because it's delicious cheese. When I was in college, I used to get those little individually wrapped like slices of cheese. Of course, then I realized how much, plastic waste that actually is, but they were really handy. Like blood sugar's low. Go to the little commissary there on campus and get you some cheese. Regular price is $8.99. Okay. You've never heard of such page? Thank you, Kelly. I know, it really does come out pastel. Whenever I do, oh, that's really right. Whenever I do Ergosoft, it's just a happy, fun, cotton candy kind of place to live. I'll get a better picture of it where we're not having light glare afterwards. But let's see. Number 49. Okay, and then let's grab number 77. Not a loaf of bread, they call it a loaf of cheese. A loaf of cheese because of the size of it, but it's really delicious cheese, super high quality, but it's Tillamook cheddar cheese, and it is delicious. But yeah, $5.99. I just wish cheese froze well, because at $5.99, I'd be like, all right, we're stocking up for the year, man. Too dry and chalky. Oh, wait, what? Hold up. Tried what? I missed it. Gorgonzola fries. Ooh, that sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 pound brick of cheese. Wait, I missed it. What did you try recently? I'm scrolling back up. Oh, Loft House cookies. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, we need to do this part of the frame. Only get Tillamook on sale. To be fair, it is a spendier cheese, but it's so worth it. It's just like happiness in a brick. But, not Legos. All right, now we're gonna do number 49. Now, what color do I want the curtains to be? Kind of want them to stand out from the mushroom, which is purple. We could do yellow curtains, but I'm thinking a nice bright blue. Oh, you know what? We haven't used this kind of blue-green. That is true. But when you're a family with a few kids and you eat like a lot of Mexican food and you use it for a lot of things, you would be surprised how quickly you can go through that cheese. Now I'm hungry. I wholeheartedly approve of snackage. You know, 2 teenage boys, yeah, they probably just fly through it. Cheese is just one of those staple things that you don't have to beg your kids to eat. Let's see, number 63. Although we did discover today that we usually pack like a string cheese in the kids' lunch. Apparently little Emily has been sharing her cheese with her friend because her friend loves the cheese. I'm like, all right, well, as long as you're still getting plenty to eat, and if your friend needs cheese, I'm like, do you want us to send an extra cheese with you? She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, all right, so we just feed all the other kids at the school cheese. All right, Wendy? Mild cheddar to snack on. See, I love it. To be fair, I'm using it for cooking, not fresh eating when I do. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I love a good Parmesan too. Ooh, and smoked Gouda. Oh my gosh, smoked Gouda. I started getting on smoked Gouda when I worked at the winery because we would serve it in the wine bar, you know, for cheese and fancy cheese and crackers plate. And so every now and then, smoked Gouda is a good little splurge for me. Okay, now we're going to use the number 35. We definitely need a little bit of a different color. So let's see. Ooh, Havarti. Havarti is nice. Our Tillamook is between $4 and $5 for an 8-ounce block or shredded. See, that's good. To make grilled ham and smoked Gouda sandwiches when I was pregnant with my first kid. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Plus with the ham, when you grill it, you can eat it because you're cooking it. Gosh, that was one thing that I missed when I was pregnant was deli sandwiches. There is a place here, and of course, I can't get it now anyway because of the whole gluten-free, but they do have gluten-free bread there, so that helps. But there's a sandwich place here that is local, and I would get a croissant sandwich with turkey, provolone, mayo, and lettuce, and oof, so good. See, it's coming out kind of purpley anyway, but we're gonna add some blue on top. But that was one of my cravings. And so after I had little Emily, one of the first things I had Steve do was go get me one of those sandwiches after she was born. I was like, yes. There you go, bird lady. Love cheese. My husband used to work at a cheese making facility and bring oh, that's so good. Way back when, and Alex, I feel like you updated me, but I can't remember exactly how it's going, but there was this place in Oregon in Bandon called the Bandon Cheese Factory, and I loved going there because, first of all, you could get ice cream there, and the scoops were just massive, but then they had like all the squeaky cheese samples and everything. I can't remember. Is that still the way it is? Where they make Tillamook, yeah. Death by cheese and chocolate. Way to go, right? I'm happy with that. Black Forest ham with smoked Gouda and rye bread toasted like grilled cheese. Yep, I gotta go get some food afterwards. And yeah, exactly. That sounds delicious. I don't know that, maybe we'll do those leaves a little bit, but I don't know if I want to do the leaves all at once or what. Face Rock Creamery? Face Rock Creamery? Why is it called Face Rock? And what was wrong with the factory named after the town it was in? I feel like I need to go back to Oregon and riot at the cheese factory. That's a total normally thing to do. Normally? Totally. I said total normally. Totally normal. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's do a little bit of number 8. A little bit of gray. The lights are off in this house. It's not gonna be all gray, but we're gonna do some. Maybe it'll be a light kind of soft glow. Maybe they're reading. Maybe they're reading in their room. Long story. All right, so now we're gonna use the number 10. I'm gonna do just a little bit of a light glow from the corner. A little bit of a soft glow. And then we're gonna go in with number 37. Over that gray just a bit. Okay, then let's grab number 25. I'm doing a grocery order. All I have in my cart is ice cream and cheese. You are gonna have a wonderful week, Kev. A wonderful week. Doing Bandon and Tillamook. Basically, Tillamook bought out Bandon. What, he bought the Bandon name? That's lame. They feeling that insecure? Like, don't get me wrong, I love Tillamook cheese, and it's wonderful. But come on, Bandon was just this tiny little cheese factory. It's gotta ruin the fun. Yeah, don't forget popcorn. Okay, let's do a little bit of number 42. A little bit of an orange. Add to that kind of glowiness a bit. And then let's get our black and chocolate. Yes. Okay. I'm doing a darker black along the edge because I really want to separate it from the curtains. Yeah, we're still in frame. Like I said, the idea was kind of just like a soft glow. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's use our blender on it and see how it changes. 6 boxes of microwave popcorn next weekend. Oh, he's a keeper, Ev. Give out the huge ice cream scoops and the cheese curds. Oh, good. Okay, good. Well, that was what made it awesome. So I'm down with that. And at least it's still there, you know? Like, I was so worried that, like, during COVID, like, Enchanted Forest was not gonna be able to hang on. I was like, but it can't. It has to. I still like want to take the kids there someday. But of course that would mean we would need to find time to go back to Oregon at some point. There we go. It's coming along. All right, let's go ahead and do these leaves. We all get our own bag of cheese curds because I don't like to share. I don't blame you at all. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. All of these leaves, we're going to put number 50 on. Okay. Then we're gonna grab, let's see, this is number 52. This little baby pencil here. So we're gonna do 52. Okay, and we'll do 52 on this one. Then we're gonna do number 38. I know it's tiny, but I'm too lazy to bother putting this in an extender when we're just doing these few leaves here. Okay, but I don't want them to just stay just like that. We're gonna add a little bit of 49. Okay, and then let's grab number 20. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then number 8, because there's definitely going to be some shadow with it peeking out from under that windowsill. There we go. All right. Am I happy with that? Let's put a little bit of this gray here as well. It'll still have that green undertone, but I want to make sure that we've got that clear side that's got that shadow on it. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Okay, let's do this flower pot. I definitely see kind of like spend 85 on cheese. Hey, that sounds like a well-spent 85 to me. Totally. All right, so we're gonna do number 73. I'm actually just gonna kind of ignore some of the colors there. Or not the lines, not the colors, the lines. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was number 10. Now we're gonna grab a little bit of 61 here. Okay, and then let's grab that gray again, number 8. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of white on it. I'm gonna bring it all together. Let's use a little bit of that gray at the base. Go. Then we have these leaves here. Let's do number 57. 5 bags of cheese curds, 4 9-ounce bricks. Everyone got to pick their own. See, I love that. Yeah, just put your sandwich fixings. There you go. And we'll definitely start tackling some of these flowers next time. There we go. That's not too shabby. Yeah, I'm liking that. Clearly we're getting some brightness from that light, but move it over here. There we go. That's a little bit more accurate. A little bit. So I know we have 20 minutes left, and I know this is a time where we would normally play words on stream. But rather than that, I actually had something a few of you know already. I'm gonna take my music out of my ears here and turn down just a bit. A few of you know already. I've talked to a few of you off stream, and I mentioned a couple times this stream that it's been a little bit of a rough week this week. I almost debated about canceling stream tonight because it's been hard, but my mother especially suggested that it would actually be a really good distraction for me. Now, the reason that it's been a hard week, a lot of you probably already know, if you've been here, that I had, let me drink water. I had a CAT scan this week because you guys know I struggle with my migraines. I hope not. I struggle with my migraines a lot. And so after literally having tried everything on the planet for them, they finally decided, well, hey, let's do a CAT scan. I would like to point out, I requested something like this 3 months ago. 3 months ago, because I'm at the point where I've tried everything and I'm really tired of medicine. So I went and got the CAT scan done. Let's see, today is what, Friday? Was it yesterday I got it done? Yeah, it would have been yesterday. I don't know. The days have all kind of mushed together. But the reason that it was kind of hard is because about two-ish hours after I had the CAT scan, they called me up, which is never a good sign that you get the results so fast, because they actually found something. Sorry, it's been a hard week. Just a second. Anyway, but they did find something. They don't have any specifics on it yet, except for they call it an orbital mass. It's about the size of my thumb. Sorry. It's just a lot to process. Sorry, 1 second. Anyway, it's just a lot to process, and I don't have any answers yet. I feel silly crying because it could just end up being nothing.
You know, it could be benign or whatever else. But the point is, on Tuesday, I'm going to go for an MRI so they can get a closer look at it. And then they're going to set me up with a neurosurgeon because they're going to want to remove it. But I don't know. I don't know much about the risks or anything, and I'll ask them all those questions when we know more. But it's behind my left eye, which makes sense because that's where a lot of my headaches happen. Again, it could be nothing. I could just go and it's fine, and they remove it and it doesn't hurt anymore, but I just don't know. And part of the reason that I'm letting you guys know now is, and I know that you'll tell me that, you know, the streaming and the coloring and all that, it can wait, and I know that, I do, but I don't want to just disappear on you guys for a while. And anyway, I don't even know. They indicated that surgery would be necessary. You know, they say brain surgery, you got to go to a neurosurgeon. That's not exactly something that you want to hear. But I don't have any answers right now. We'll find out more later. But I'm gonna go for the MRI on Tuesday. I'm writing down all the questions that I have and everything. We'll find out more then. But yeah, if I do have to go through for the surgery, I'm gonna be out of commission for a while. Thankfully, my mother and my mother-in-law have offered to come stay with us for that. Sorry, I can't even see chat right now. My glasses are off. But I don't know. Part of me I felt a lot of emotions this week. Part of me is angry. Part of me is sad. Part of me is scared. Part of me is frustrated. I've been trying to find answers for my headaches for so long. And, you know, for 20 years, they've just been saying, try this medicine, try that medicine, let's try this. You know, if they had just done a scan first before throwing all of that at me, it might have been something that we could have found out about sooner. Because one of the things that they did tell me, and I don't know much about any of that, right? But they did say that it's something that's been there for a while. And they use the term a while. I don't know what a while means. I don't know if it means a decade. I don't know if it means since the start. I don't know if it means, you know, I don't know. I don't know anything right now. And they can't really tell me anything because they can't take a closer look at it. I don't know if they'll have to do a biopsy or if they'll choose to leave it, or I just don't know. On the bright side, like, I love the idea that it could just be something they could just take out and then I'm all better and the pain goes away and whatever else. But that's what's going on. And I'll go back and I'll read all the chat right now. I can't really read it right now, but so that's what's going on this week. The MRI is on Tuesday. You know, if it's in the morning, so maybe they'll turn around and give me news then, or maybe the doctors will be there. I don't know. I've never had an MRI. It may be I'll have to wait until Wednesday to hear, but if I have anything to report on Wednesday, I will. Yeah, I can't really make any kind of plans as far as what I'll be doing, where I'll be at, you know, what this means for anything, any of my work stuff. I just don't know. And that's been the hardest part this weekend, is that I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go from here. I don't know what it is. And I was telling Steve, it's interesting because, like, after, you know, it's been here for a while. It's not like it's news to me, but it's not news to my body. My body knows it's been there. And so it's like, I went in the bathroom and I was just looking at my face, and it's just like, my eyes, they look normal. They do. but it's there behind my eye, just hanging out, having its own little party. But this is also why I saved this for the end of the stream, because there's no way I would have made it through the whole stream if I had talked about it at the beginning. But I know that there's a lot of you that care and would like to know if something is going on. So obviously I'll share what I can as things change, but yeah, I just don't know. Sorry, I see it all flying. Oh, thanks everyone. Anyway, yeah, so I think I'll probably wrap this up now. So thanks for distracting me and keeping my mind off it tonight. Yeah, if something more significant comes up, I'll probably make some sort of official announcement, because I will probably have to take a break from everything. But again, I keep telling Steve I feel so silly for being so emotional about it all, because it could just be nothing. It could also not be nothing. I don't know. I'm putting out in the universe that it's gonna be nothing and it's gonna be fine, and they're gonna take it out and I'll be good to go in a month, you know? That's the... yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna go now. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll read through chat here a little bit, because I can't really read it now anyway, but thanks for being here tonight, guys. And, yeah. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. All right. Have a great night, everyone.